And welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be repairing my friend's roll-up storm shutter. The one you see here is made by Rolladen. There are many other companies that make these, and they all operate in a very similar way. The one you see here goes down, but it does not go up anymore. So I'm going to have to repair that, and in the process of repairing it, I'm going to show you exactly how it works. We'll take a look at the switch that operates it, as well as the motor. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the cover along the top all the way down, and there are a bunch of rusty screws that are very corroded due to many years of high humidity and salt spray. So the best way to remove those screws is using a 3/16 inch drill bit, and I'm going to be drilling them right out. Once the cover's off, I'll show you what's underneath. When I go to put the cover back on after the repairs have been made, I'm just going to drill new holes and use stainless steel screws to put the cover back on. I'm going to take a few minutes to remove the cover. Once it's been removed, I'll be right back. Okay, here's a closer look at the switch that's used for this roll-up. This is nothing more than a double pole, double throw switch. There's the front of it. You have up, middle position is off, down. So let's go back here for a second. When the switch is angled to there, alright, you notice it's down. That means it's angling up on the internal part, making continuity between this terminal and that terminal, and this terminal and that terminal. When you push this to the down position, the rocker is now angled downward, continuity between this pin, which is the common, and the bottom, and the common, and this one. These are independent from each other, so you could test it using a continuity tester. As I just explained, in the center position, everything should be off. This roll-up uses 120 volts AC. It was installed many years ago. It is an older home, so this box was added, and that double pole, double throw switch was inserted inside this box. So this cable was plugged into the receptacle. One of these wires here was used as the ground prong. Then you have your hot and your neutral wire going to that double pole, double throw switch. Over here is the wire leading to the motor inside the roll-up. You have the ground, the neutral, and these are your switching wires connected to the double pole, double throw switch, the red and the black, which is used to change direction. Also inside here, you can see there was a fuse holder, and I think it has a 15 amp glass fuse inside. Alright, the cover's now off after drilling out all those corroded screws, and you can see right here how the slats wind around that spool. There is one thing I want to show you, and it's going to be over there on that end, but over here is where the motor's connected. So let's take a look at this first. Now this is one of the most common problems why the roll-up shutter stops going higher or lower. One of your slats is either too far out, like you see right here, and you can see you want it to end in this channel right here, and there it's sticking way past. So let me slide each one of these in and pull these to the left, make everything lined up, and give it a try again. Hopefully it will work. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to lower the shutter all the way down, unscrew the last slat off of that tube with the motor in it, and then remove that motor. Now here's a look at the opposite side. You can see the one slat over here went all the way out where it's touching that bolt close to the plate, and you see what it did? It grabbed onto the wire coming out of the wall, and it pulled off the ground wire, and right there is one of your switching wires that got pulled out of a blue connector. It's bare, and that explains why it only goes down and not up. So I'm going to fix these slats, slide them into position, take the ground wire, connect it back to the metal plate, and I'm going to repair this broken black wire, and we'll give it a try. Alright, everything is now put back together. You can see right beneath the plate that holds the motor with the spool is a bolt, and that's where the ground wire is connected. I scraped away the paint off the aluminum, and I used another nylon tie to tie things off to the side. Now we're going to turn it on and give it a try. Perfecto. Alright, and as you can see, it worked absolutely perfect. Now let me explain something else to you. Now in order to adjust the up and down limits on this Rolladen, over here is the down limit, counterclockwise less, clockwise more. Up here you go clockwise to go more on the up, or counterclockwise to go less on the up. Now the motor is located inside this aluminum tube. So what you have to do, there's a rivet. In the event you had to change this motor, it's very simple. This black plastic is the motor, and it slides inside this tube, and it goes in pretty far. So you can see the last slat right here is screwed into the shutter. All the way down, you can see it. One down there. Underneath, if you take a look, you're going to see there's a rivet right over here. You would have to drill that rivet out in order to slide the motor out of the tube. Now to get the motor out of the tube, you would have to undo one of the ends. Let me show you how to do that. Now on the opposite end, there's a bolt right there. You would unscrew that, because what that's doing, the shaft goes right inside that little clip, and it keeps it from lifting up and coming out. So when you remove the bolt, and you also take off all these screws onto that tube, so this flaps out of the way, you're going to take the bolt out and then lift up. It's going to go up out of that clip. Then you're going to bring it towards you and then down. And if the other side has the wires disconnected to the motor, you'll be able to tilt this down and remove the entire tube. If you can't get to the screw because it broke in a position where a lot of it is rolled on here, then what you have to do, and I've done it in the past, you're going to take the slat right over here. There's a space to get it to go through on the side. Grab it with pliers in the right position, just lower this a little bit more, and you're going to slide it all the way out to the side, and that will allow you to separate the bottom from this part, and then you could keep flapping it over and over until you get to this point where you can unscrew it. And over here you can see on this side you got that metal clip. It's open so the pin could go outward as you tilt that end down. Once it's tilted all the way down to clear that opening so you can lift up, just lift up. This pin is just sitting in a hole, and then when you do that and this whole spool has been removed, you drill out the rivet I mentioned earlier. There may be two of them, and then you're going to pry with a screwdriver right here, slide this out, the whole motor assembly, and slide the new motor assembly in and reconnect the way you found it. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to rate it a thumbs up, subscribe, and post links to this video on other websites and blogs. Thank you very much for watching.